In this video, I'm going to take a quick look at Production Line, a logistics game developed by Positech Games, who have a long history of making successful simulations. Production Line is a simulation of an auto assembly plant. Your job as manager of the factory is to produce cars and make money. The game is mostly a sandbox, which means you can choose your own build. So what's your plan? Develop one of each body style, hit each of the 28 market segments, build a car every 3 minutes, every 2, in only 1 minute? You can pursue whatever you want, although there are a handful of missions available that provide some weak guidance for a goal. There are 8 steps in the manufacturing process, 7 of which can be broken down into sub-steps, some of which can be broken down even further. In-game, each of these steps is implemented by a machine called a slot that has a weird-sized footprint on the map. Each step requires different parts and takes a different time, so an optimal production line might have 3 of one step, but just 1 or 2 of the next. Your job is to place each step, connect them together using conveyors, and arrange for parts to be brought in through a separate system of overhead resource conveyors. The faster the line, the more cars you make per hour. You also have the task of designing car models, choosing which features to go in which models, and setting price points. The game is somewhat similar to Factorio, although rather than tacking on new technologies at the end of the production line, you wind up replacing single slots in the middle with multiple slots. You can research process improvements, car features, and body styles. Process improvements include the sub-steps that I mentioned before. For example, when you begin the game, the chassis assembly slot is just 1 step, 1 machine. When you research chassis specialization, you can replace that 1 step with 3 machines instead of 1. Instead of 1 machine taking 6 minutes, you now have 3 that take roughly 2 minutes each, meaning you can produce 3 times as many cars per hour, and hence net much more profit. But it takes money to make money. You have to build research offices and pay to staff them, then pick and choose research tasks for your scientists to pursue. You can also research manufacturing capabilities so that you can build your own parts instead of importing them. The final bit of research is body styles. The game supports sedans, compacts, pickups, SUVs, sports cars, and a couple more. The game simulates the entire car market. Hence, if you're producing a ton of sedans and trying to sell them all into the same price segment, then you might be manufacturing more cars than there are buyers in the market. Then you need to explore multiple price points as well as multiple body styles. Managing part distribution to the various slots is another part of gameplay. As you optimize the production line to make it faster and faster, you need to bring in more and more parts. In addition to researching speed improvements here, you can also place supply caches in your factory, try manufacturing some parts, and place more importers, of which each map has a limit. Overall, it's a fairly addictive game because the game is all about constant improvement to your production line. You'll have several technologies in the queue and several models of cars to kit out with new technologies and varied prices, so you'll always be waiting for new research to finish to make improvements to your production line. The game is still in alpha, with the developer releasing new builds every couple of weeks. The lead is fairly active about posting to the forums as well as creating YouTube videos with each update, so if you're interested, you can check to see what sort of changes have been made recently. So far I've put in about 30 hours into this game, and I'm planning on putting in even more. If you'd like to see more about this game, like the quick look format, or want to see some more simulation and city building games, please like and subscribe. Thank you.